Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Season 12, Round 1. This is Division 2, and we're at Suzuka in Japan, City of the Rising Sun. Sorry for the delay in the stream, we had some Google issues, but we are back. Ultra Gamer going for the fastest time so far, it was 28.5. A lot of people still to complete some laps as we follow around Top Gun in the nice looking Alpine. And he's about to set his lap, coming around the final chicane, climbing the curb quite nicely. Avoided it quite on the exit. Let's see, that's a 29.1. Putting him in second place for now. Atmar putting a 30.7. Let's follow Ron coming around the hairpin. Very tricky and very easy to lose a lot of time if you go a bit wide. And also a very big traction zone. He's early on the power. And into Spoon we go, also another difficult corner to nail, but if you do, it's so satisfying. He takes a lot of outside curb in the middle of Spoon, not using a lot of the outside curb in the exit. It's a very much flowing track, it's a 114.1 for Ron here in the middle split. And into the final chicane, not using a lot of curb at all in the chicane, a little bit on the second part. It can unsettle your car, so it's all about the driver's choice. Ron only coming in with a 131.4. Big Boy 132 flat. Esotronica 41 flat, and Brad 47.1. A couple of people still needing to set laps here as well. So Dixie Killer. Let's see what Dixie Killer does. And it's a 14.4 middle split. Nice close-up view of the Alfa Romeo. Dixie also running quite low on the field. 31.3, putting up in fourth. J-Boy, our championship winner. Coming through turn 1, turn 2. Through the S as we go. This is looking quite quick. Easy on the power, and that car just sticking to the road. It's a 31.9 purple sector 1. Using all the available track. You can't really go over the exit curb there. As you can bottom out and that will just make your car go straight instead of moving on the inside of the curb. Nice hairpin from J-Boy. So a very tight track, not easy for overtaking, but this back straight does ramp up quite a bit and makes it a lot easier for overtaking. Even though without the DRS, it's just so much slipstream down this straight due to the length of it. 11.6 middle split, purple 2 for him. Alpine getting nicely out the way for him. And into the final chicane, takes about an inside curb. Just kisses the second part of the chicane. And that will be a 28.3. Putting him in first. Brian Lee Johnson coming into the Spoon. That's a nice Spoon. Also using the exit curb. Perfectly done. And it's a 13.5 middle split. Not purple. But this might put him in fourth, maybe third. I think it's going to put him fourth. See, yep, that's fourth. Ooh, and it's fifth, sorry. Still getting my times out. Avalak on a lap in sector 1. Very close to invalidating that lap around turn 1. Or the long sweeping turn 1. Avalak choosing the Aston Martin again for another season, staying away from the Red Bull. Nice and easy on the power out of the hairpin. And Josh Lee coming into the comment section, supporting Souls here, saying evening Anku, evening Josh. Avalak setting a purple sector to 11.9, it's going to be very close to J-Boy's time here. Ooh, and Panda goes to 28.2. Avalak putting him in 4th for 28.7. Souls on a lap, let's follow Souls around. Souls in sector 1, just for you Josh. Let's see, 32 flat, first sector, it's purple, I'm not sure if it's completely purple. He is the last driver to set a lap. Nothing better than a black Mercedes. Someone looks evil on the straight. I was never a fan of the silver arrows, but the black Mercedes did catch my eye. That's a 12-3 middle split. Also showing purple, I don't think it is. Avalak and J-Boy and Ultra Gamer went a bit quicker through the middle split. This might be a 29. Should put him in 7th. 29.2, and in 7th he goes. Who else is on a lap? Let's just get the mini map a bit bigger so I can see the dots. It's an Alfa Romeo. It's on a lap, I think. No, that's not a lap, I think. Yeah, he's going slower. Dixie Killer is about to start a lap. Very difficult braking point in turn 1. Dixie Killer avoiding the curbs of death in the S section of Suzuka here. They can spin you around quite easily if you have a 2-pointy car. And he goes super wide on the exit there. That must have hurt him a little bit, as you can bottom out on that curb. It's a bit high if you plant a tire just beyond it. Can lose a lot of traction coming out before the hairpin. And into spoon we go. So tonight we'll have a short quali session followed by a sprint race of 9 laps and into the race of 27 laps. So short quali to determine the starting positions for the sprint, and sprint results will determine the starting grid for the race. As Dixie Killer goes to 1:29.5, improving by 1.7 seconds, if I read that correctly, putting him up in 8th. Ron Skitter on a lap. No, Ron is not on a lap. Bix Boy in the McLaren. Ooh, almost touching. Ooh, and he's in the grass. Yep, that will lose it. He's still alive. Car didn't. I only lost an end plate, which is scary. Getting out the way for an Alfa Romeo. I think that's Dixie Killer going around. Go pit. Bix Boy might still have time if he goes in pit and get a new set of tires. He can maybe still do another lap, but it's going to hurt him going around the track here. And Mr. Shakes screaming for Brad here. Brad currently right at the bottom of the leaderboard. He can still go set another lap. think he had a bit of a problem on his first lap out, but track evolution comes into play, and should see some faster times. Top 7 still in pits. Let's see if Ron's going to start a lap here. Ron coming around the final sector. Switch on your DRS, Ron. There we go. I mean ERS and DRS now. See Ron Skitter coming up behind the Mercedes of Brad. Yeah, I think that's on track. And into sector 1 is not the best place to be catch, but Brad is pushing it, so he doesn't hold up Ron here. So Ron a bit down on his time by a 10th. Sector 1 is not the easiest, but it's so satisfying if you do nail it. Super tight into the hairpin. He's backing off. He's going to do another one. See, I think Brad is the next person. I'll follow around Esotronica for a bit and we can jump onto Brad just for you, Shakes. And Esotronica coming through the first sector. He's up by 7/10. He's going to need quite a bit. I'm going to jump to Brad. There's some support for Brad. This is all or nothing lap for Brad. He's got nothing to lose here. Using the curbs. He's really wanting this result. Ooh, a little bit wide. Still manages it. Let's see, up by 16 seconds, 32 flats, not a bad first sector. Through spoon we go. You can use the inside curb a little bit, but the second inside curb does unsettle the car quite a bit, making it tough getting onto the power without losing the car. See, he's up by 17 seconds, which should put him around 10th, 9th. Still a lot of time to find in this final sector. And up to 8th, the Mercedes goes. I'm going to jump on to J-Boy. J-Boy just started the lap. Our previous championship winner for last season. Having the chance to defend his championship for another season. Big Spoiler retired, I think that was in pits. J-Boy up by 2/10. Avila coming in with a 28 flat, putting him up on that pole position. Two Astons have a front row lockout at the moment, but let's see if this Red Bull can have a solution to that. I just hope this Red Bull's got enough fuel in it. Fuel indicator's already flashing. I'm sure he should have enough. Let's see his middle split. And he's still up only by 3/10. This is going to be very close for pole. It's going to be very close. Ooh! by a tenth, 27-9, our first 27 of the night. Ultra Gamer invalidated. That's his qualifying done. Dixie Kilo still on a lap. Can he improve? He can't. Basically flat with his time. And that's qualifying done. So we've got J-Boy on pole for the sprint. In the second slot, we've got Avalak, followed by his partner, Sergeant Panda. Both Aston Martins in a Red Bull sandwich of Stoffel following them in fourth. Ultra Gamer in fifth. Top Gun in sixth. We got Souls in seventh. Eighth is Brad. Ninth is Dixie. Atmar in 10th. Brian Lee Johnson in 11th. Ron Scotter in 12th. Esitronica in 13th. Bix Boy in 14th. See J-Boy flexing his arms there for the crowd. We're going to take a 2-second break and I'll see you back for the sprint. So, as our drivers are selecting their tyres, last night we saw a lot of softs go out for the sprint race. Only a few medium runners. It'll be interesting to see what Division 2 will do here for their tyre choices. Sprint's only 9 laps, so a pair of softs could make it. So we have two drivers, Stoffel and Brian Lee Johnson, selecting the medium. This is the rest of the grid being on this soft. They might struggle a bit in the beginning, but definitely will make a return at the end, as the tyre difference comes into play. I think it happens around lap 5, lap 6 maybe. So it won't give them a lot of time, so they will need to stick with these soft runners as closely as possible. So we see J-Boy warming up his tyres by quite a bit. So, possible race strategies, as you can see, no need for a pit stop, it's only 9 laps. Oh yeah, predicted strategy soft or medium, as we see on the grid here. J-Boy is taking it to the line with that tire warm-up. J-Boy standing a little skew in his slot, wanting to cover off that inside Avalak. Might just point his car or plant his car down the inside. Brian Lee Johnson going over the line, Ron Skitter going over the line, S-Tronica going over the line. I'll start a bit more behind than the actual grid slot line as our standings are going up, as we've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Great start from J-Boy. 2 Aston Martins going side by side, Avalak staying ahead of Panda. We have Ultra Gaming going quite wide around there. Dixie Killer losing a place, Dixie Killer losing 2 places, Esotronica losing a spot. As we have a car going off track here, Cowboy and Esotronica went into, or had a little scrabble. No damage, it looks like, so far on the cars. J-Boy creating quite a little gap here for himself. But this straight is just monstrous on the slipstream. As the pack was bunched up quite a bit here, but J-Boy pulling out of the DRS range of Avalak, as DRS will be enabled next lap, so meaning start of lap 4 only they'll be getting DRS down the main straight. The only 1 DRS detection zone, and only 1 DRS straight coming up. I'm gonna check Ultra Gamer here. Ultra Gamer looking super feisty on the softs behind those pair of mediums in front of him. He's going to want to get past him as soon as possible. But it's difficult in this DRS train to make any type of move. Everybody's sitting in the slipstream. Stillfall's just getting right. Ooh, Stillfall goes over the curb. This is opening the door completely for Ultra Gamer. Nice clean driving from both drivers. Can Ultra Gamer keep it there? Stillfall coming back down the inside. What a nice pot view. Ooh, as they go very close. Ultra Gamer goes super wide and opens the door for Top Gun to take the position. This Top Gun is right on top of that Red Bull. They're pushing each other. Yeah, Stillfall lost it into the grass, losing half a wing through that scrabble. Not exactly sure what happened there, and we have a virtual safety car out right now. So everybody's going to be reducing their speed to about 40% of the normal race speed. All the virtual marshals to quickly run out and go pick up that wing. These guys were super close to each other. It was inevitable for something to happen. being so on top of each other. Through sector 1, Dixie Keeler picking up a 5-second penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. Stoffel so far having a great sprint. He's got the gap he needs as we go back into racing. This has thrown Stoffel out of contention here for getting back up, as he's gonna have to pit now. Won't drop too many places, as we had a pit stop or two already, and I think that's from Brian Lee Johnson and Brad. The two Astons still sitting with each other. As we get another virtual safety car. I think that might be... I'm not sure from who that will be. It's already quite intense, the first race of the season. All the points have been resetted back to 0. As the safety car, virtual safety car is over, J-Boy getting the best possible opportunity, pulling another gap. Avalak pitting. This is strange. Softs might not be lasting too well. Want to see if he's getting a new wing. Yep, they're getting ready there for a new wing. He might have had a squabble somewhere. Let's see who's close on track. I think Dixie Keeler into Atmar. Down the main straight. Not going for the move this time around. It's the closest two on track at the moment. Except for Brad onto Top Gun. Top Gun on the brand new pair of softs. He's not going to make it easy for Brad there. Pack is quite spirited at the moment, so no real battles on track. Dixie Keeler fighting to stay in that DRS range. You can see a golden helmet from Atmar in the AlphaTauri. See, Dixie Keeler super close out of the final corner. He's gonna go for it. No, thinks better of it. Had a little look. Very difficult to stick very close to one another in Sector 1. The dirty air is just not what you want. As the safety car is out, there's a Ferrari into the wall of Esotronica. Lost the entire wing. Very easy turn to get caught out with. He's trying to go full throttle around it, and the balance shift out of the previous corner just doesn't agree with it always, and sometimes you need that little lift just to carry it through and not see it over. So last night we saw that safety car right at the end of the sprint or the race itself, and it only went around one lap. This might catch some people off guard, but this will bunch up the pack quite a bit, and this will give Stoffel and Top Gun Avalak quite the opportunity to come back at us, as they have the fresher set of tires, as nobody will, I think, pit, as they'll lose too many positions. Let's get back onto our race leader as we follow around the safety car, as Avalak gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, and this is not the best time to get a penalty, as the whole pack will be starting to bunch up under the safety car. So we have a couple of people pitting. Esotronica, obviously, for that new wing. Brad pitting again. I think he's going to go for a brand new pair of softs. Brad retired. He's had enough. He'll go to the race. See as we get back to racing. Cherry Boy getting a nice pull, 7/10 gap to Sergeant Panda. Nobody looking super close to one another. Maybe Avalak on top of Cowboy here. Small little look. He's got to make these tires work for him now. He's got 2 laps, and there's just no opportunities through sector 1. Ooh. Super close. Yep. Oh. Let's leave that up to the stewards. And Dirkie's backing up Souls here. Souls up to 4th already. And Dirkie's also saying, how's it? So how's it, Dirkie's? This front pack is super close. Nobody going for it yet. Sergeant Panda did want to have a look in there. Driving around with Max's helmet in the Aston Martin. There we go. Ultra Gamer on top of Panda here. Panda defending like a beast. Using that ERS. Only 1 lap left. Ultra Gamer looking super feisty behind Panda here. Staying on his gearbox this whole time. It's going to be a game of ERS down the big straight here. Panda just gets a good exit. Dropping 4/10 in that exit alone. I don't think they're going to have enough, as Avalak, I think, has spun out in Spoon. On the exit of Spoon. It's just not enough, as J-Boy takes us across the line, followed by Panda, Ultra Gamer, Soulsmeister in fourth. Great recovery drive from Souls there. Ooh, as Bix Boy retires out of the final corner. And on to the actual race we go. So J-Boy, Sergeant Panda on the front row. Ron Skitter, your driver of the day. Ron Skitter all the way up into fifth from back of the field. So here we go. On the second row we got Ultra Gamer, Soulsmeister. Third row we got Ron Skitter and Stoffel. Apma and Dixie. Brian Lee Johnson and Top Gun. Cowboy, Esotronica. Avalak and Bix Boy that lost it through that final corner of the sprint. And then right at the back, unfortunately, we have Brad that retired in the pits. Yes, the points you can see here on the screen is what will be allocated to each driver's championship and their constructors' championships altogether, including points received from the race. So back at it again for a 27 lap race. As we're readying up for the formation lap. There's still a Red Bull on pole and Aston Martin in second. Let's just see what everybody's tires are on. I see some is going already for the medium and some are going for the soft. Ooh, we have a big difference in tire choices. So J-Boy on the medium with Ultra Gamer, Ron Skitter, Dixie Killer, Esotronica and Brad all on the medium. We have two hard runners of Stoffel and Apma. They're going for the long game. It might be tough in the first couple of laps, all these soft runners around them. And then we got a lot of soft runners. Panda, Souls, Brian Lee Johnson, Top Gun, Cowboy, Avalak and Bix Boy all selecting the softs. As we saw last night as well in the Premier Division race, is starting on the softs and going for the mediums later. So and there we go, possible race strategies. They didn't take into account people starting on the mediums or hards, but it should be a one-stop race. going either from the soft to the medium or soft to the hard. So these two hard runners might go for the softs at the end. So I believe those hards can go quite far in this race, even though there's a very high demanding track when it comes to tyre wear. As you say, see J-Boy heating up those mediums, a bit more difficult than the softs like before. It really is going at it to scrub these tyres in. It's always nice to see the cars packed up as much as it is, even before the line. We'll call Stoffel Iceman for now, as everybody's weaving and he's the only car just going straight. As J-Boy's lighting up skew again, same for Panda this time around, both pointing at each other. Cowboy went over the out of the box. Let's see, as we have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. Who's got the better? Little squabble there for Panda. He's on the inside. That's a great start from Panda. He has to do this. He's on the soft. He wants to be a car ahead. So that's great from him. Solsmeister losing a position to Stoffel here. Hard to believe, as Atmov dropped quite down the rankings on his pair of softs. Ultra Gamer going a bit wide. I think him and J-Boy had a squabble. He's moving nicely out the way for the rest of the cars as he's getting back up to pace. So that's Ultra Gamer losing quite a bit of positions straight off the bat, and that's Ron up to 3rd, Stoffel up to 4th. These guys are really gunning it this time around. This is the last of the last. Score some points as Sergeant Panda is just creating a gap. Which is all he needs to do right now versus those medium runners. Avalak is super close. Sorry, Ultra Gamer is super close. Might tell him. Timing sheet here is not the best. Can't trust it no more. As we get the possible race strategies again. See Avalak hopefully going for a move this time around. Atmar staying on the inside, covering off the position quite well. And Avalak just hanging it around the outside as far as possible, getting the inside for the next curb. And he has done it. That's the overtake done. Had to fight tooth and nail for that one. Sorry guys, my timing here is not the best, so it's tough to see any current fights on track. The two Alfa Romeo guys, boys are close, and they're also right on top of Brian Lee Johnson here. And the more they fight, this is just bringing that Aston Martin back. Ooh, as Ultra Gamer looked down the inside of Brian Lee Johnson already. That medium working a bit better for him than the soft for Brian Lee. Panda's just increasing that gap. As you see, Sol's trying for a move there on Run. He's also wanting to get this done as the front pack's just running away from him. Ooh, and that's a big send. Brian Lee Johnson struggling on the exit. Top Gun getting that position back as Ultra Gamer's coming for it as well. Oof, and they had a little touch, but Brian Lee Johnson stays ahead. There's a big train forming here. As Souls is just wanting to get past Ron here. Ron on the medium, keeping the softs at bay. Great job at defending, and it's just having Stoffel being, I think, the best out there on tire wise. Oh, as Souls makes it through. Going wide, that's gonna hurt him touching the gravel as Brian D. Johnson lost it. There's so much happening on screen, I can't keep with it all. Panda setting the fastest lap of the race. Souls went a bit wide. Avalak making him already gotten past the two Alfa Romeos. As Avalak gets past Soulsmeister, Avalak really making up some time here. Top Gun also getting past Ron Skitter, so that's released Top Gun. I would say he's on the better tires still for now. As Avalak just creeping on to the back of Ron here. Avalak having a great recovery as well. These two soft runners very feisty on the back of Ron here. I think they're going to go for it down the straight off the spoon. It's all about the exit. It's all about the exit. Getting on that traction as early as possible. And they're both super close. Ron, I think, is also giving it his all. Yeah, making up a lot of time to Ron. Maybe with the help of DRS in the main straight. As Avalak sends it down the inside. Super tight chicane to try stuff with. Souls also makes it past. Avalak getting the DRS still, so timing that braking point perfectly. And that's the soft runners released into the wild now. You see Top Gun already pulled a gap of 2.3 seconds or 2.5 seconds to the rest of them, with Ron holding them up in those mediums. Soulsmeister also sitting quite comfy there on the area still. Only lap 5 though. 22 laps to go. Ron not dropping a lot to these soft runners. Are these softs starting to wear down? Ultra Gamer has left the session. That was on track, or he's maybe got a disconnect. Soulsmeister's getting back at it. Nice and close to Avalak. Ooh, as Avalak lost it a bit on traction out of the chicane. Giving Souls the... Yep, Ultra Gamer just had a disconnect, he's joined again. And see the time dropping now for Panda as well. J-Boy in the 3-second gap again. In the front pack. jump to Big Boy. Yeah, Big Boy is super close to Cowboy. Ooh, super close. I think they just touched. Are they gonna go side by side into Spoon? Ooh, Big Boy thought twice about that one, but it's bringing Esotronica back. He's lost so much time on traction there. So we have our first pit stop from Cowboy, saying 6 laps is enough on these softs. There he goes, Esotronic's going to be back at Big Boy. And Avalak passed Souls. Souls must have had a small oopsie, or it was on the DRS straight. The two Red Bulls really doing good tonight. J-Boy catching Panda slowly but surely as the tires gets back into play for him. Apmar now also getting closer and closer to Ron. Apmar on the hards though. They might not be in play yet, as the mediums will have the superior grip at the moment still. The longer this goes on, the just better it goes for Apmar. I haven't seen a safety car yet in the race. So far this is working brilliantly for tire strats for everyone. See Dixie Killer on top of Cowboy here. Will Dixie go for it down the main straight with the help of DRS and a superior tire? Yep, Dixie Killer makes the move. It does it. Let's see, J-Boy creeping closer and closer. Gap is now down to 2 seconds only. Onto Sergeant Panda. That's catching up with the Merc in front of him. At least we have ghosting on. J-Boy really going for it as those softs are just dropping and dropping even more. They also made a nice big gap to his teammate of Stoffel. Brian Lee Johnson picking up the first penalty of the race, 3 seconds for corner cutting I believe, or just going off the track limits. J-Boy pushing now to get back into DRS range. Quicker he can do it, the better for his tires and his strat. Because when Sergeant Panda puts, Sergeant Panda will get the undercut by a bit. But JB will probably go onto the softs at the end and have the superior grip for quite a bit to make up all that time again. On the with less fuel in the tank, those softs might just perform quite a bit better. Some close action again here from these three at the back. All fighting for 12th position here. They have all pitted. Dixie Killer might still need to pit again. But Big Spo won't be pitting again, I think. Goes Dixie Killer goes for it on Big Boy. Double overtake, Cowboy following through as well. Dixie Killer picking up a 3-second penalty as well for going a bit too far over that white line with all 4 tires. Sergeant Panda pitting. I want to see what is he going to be choosing. I think this might be, it's either the medium or the hard. That's the mediums. He's going to make it to the end of the mediums. 16 laps. Where will he pop out though is the question. He'll be right behind Souls. So not dropping too many places and having a bit of clean air. Sector 1 not the easiest of sectors on a fresh pair of tires and they're icy cold. That was the right time for him to pit, not giving J-Boy any DRS for this race. So perfect execution so far. He's just got to keep his head down and go for it. Make this great lead he had still a win. As he's still in a net P1. It all depends on what J-Boy decides to do for later in the race. J-Boy's only choice would be to go for the soft at the end and just push those mediums as far as possible. Maybe do 10 laps or 11 laps also on the soft. Or pit around lap 16. And if he does go for the hards now, I don't think he might not make it. As Panda's just eating away at time here on Souls. It's already almost back into DRS range after 1 lap. As those softs of Souls is just going to be starting to give in. Next to that brand new set of mediums Panda put on as his tires should be warm after this lap. As Panda decides to pit, so does Avalak, so does Top Gun. That Panda at least getting some DRS, helping him along down the straight. Everybody climbing onto a new set of mediums. Stoffel and Apmar would be the closest one to watch, as I think they will also be climbing onto the softs later in this race. Stoffel hasn't started to make any inroads on those mediums yet of the hards he's on. Still having a 9.5 second gap to his teammate. So as some more people have pitted and Big Boy is dropping a bit. I think he might have had a mistake. So he's doing great after some people have pitted. So people to still pit, I think will be Ultra Gamer might make it to the end. I'm not going to say him, but Ronskit, Apbar, Stoffel and J-Boy. J-Boy's pitting now, so he's definitely going on to the hards. It's going to be a... Yep, he's going on to the hards, so this is very interesting that he's going for the hards. Where's Sergeant Panda on track? I think it's going to be... It's not going to be too close. Sergeant Panda's going to stay ahead easily. Yep, easily. It's going to be interesting to see the gap. Panda will just keep on creating a gap to J-Boy as time goes on. Yep, that's a big gap. That's 7 seconds already. And J-Boy's tires are ice cold, so he might still make another second about. Take it to just above 8 seconds, I think. Just out of the pure grip these heated up mediums have, it's in their prime at the moment. As J-Boy is still generating some heat into those hards. So very bold tire choice from J-Boy. Panda is now also eating away at time on the Red Bull in front, Stoffel. Stoffel still needs to go a bit further on those odds though. Top Gun getting onto the back of Ron. He's going for it down the inside. Easy move. Getting back onto the racing line off. So he knew that had to be done. Protect him from Avalak that was also creeping close. Avalak getting past Ron. Ron going to pit now as well. He's probably also going for the hard. Softs won't make it, I think. Or they'll drop off quite a bit. As they can both go hunt for Apmar now. That's still on those old hards as well. Brian Lee Johnson sets the fastest lap on that first set of mediums, 1:31.1 I think it was. So we only have 2 drivers still needing to pit so far, I believe. Apmar and Stoffel, the only 2 starting on the hards. We'll see if Top Gun's gonna go for a move again as soon as he possibly can. He's waiting for the DRS straight, I think. Go nice and close on that AlphaTauri. Shouldn't be too tough. That bar still keeping that inside line. That was the easy overtake with the help of DRS and the overtake button. Avalax, the next one up on the back of Apmar. This is going for it into the hairpin around the outside, and he made it stick even before even leaving some space. That's not going to be tough on the traction. I see Sergeant Panda making up quite a bit of time, wanting that DRS. I think he's just out. I don't think he's going to get it. Sergeant Panda's fuel indicators also on, meaning he might need to start doing some fuel recovery and fuel saving. while he's at it. That's not going to be fun. This is a track that uses a lot of fuel. The more Stoffel can hold up Panda here, it's great for J-Boy. I think J-Boy's already gained a second and a half on Sergeant Panda just by Stoffel keeping him at bay. Stoffel also sitting super pretty on the ERS. So this is, I think, a team game from them to keep Panda behind as far as possible. This genius thinking. Stoffel playing the Perez here for Max Verstappen behind him, keeping up the competition. As Stoffel pulls into the pits, he's gonna go for a pair of softs, definitely. Yep, it's a red rim on that tire.
It's the team with the most world championships won, most Grand Prix wins, most pole positions, most race entries.
I think Stoffel might just come out right in front of Solsmeister. Yep. And on the soft till the end of the race. Quite a bit of time to catch up though for the guys in front. Currently a 7-second gap to Avalak. With 10 laps to go. There's currently no real close battle on field or on track. Avalak's fuel indicator also yellow already, which is concerning. Will he make it to the end of the race? Sergeant Panda's also still on. J-Boy now 5 seconds to Panda. So Aston's currently sitting quite pretty with the points for the race. The sprint might have messed him up just a little bit, but not too much, as Panda did pull away in that second slot, so it's only a 1 point difference from the sprint results. Avalak just has to keep Stoffel at bay, and they'll be leading the constructors out of round 1. Panda just also got to keep J-Boy at bay for as long as possible. Only 9 laps to go. As J-Boy's fuel indicator also has came up now. He's also going to have to start doing some fuel saving, otherwise they won't make it to the end and they will go low fuel mode, and that is very sad, especially if you race the whole race your heart out and just don't have enough fuel to make it there. S-Tronica getting close up to Big's Boy. So Ron picks up a 3-second penalty for track invalidations. As Esotronica goes wide and also picks up a 3-second penalty. He's really wanting to get past Big's Boy as soon as possible. He's got 2 lap fresher tires than Big's Boy in front of him. Stoffel sets the fastest lap on those pair of softs, a 1:30.9. Atma has also pitted and he selected the medium. A little bit of a safer choice. Who knows, his mediums will make it. Speed-wise, it might not have been the bestest choice. He's trying to get exit right up into the inside. Gets ahead before the breaking point. Ooh, almost losing it onto the grass. Not the place you want to be at. Also taking a lot of curve, which is brave in the race. Can swing you around quite easily. And Ultra Gamer in front on the new pair of softs. Right onto Ron Skutte here. And on the traction into Spoon, Ron Skutte went wide. So Ultra Gamer gains that position. J-Boy now really eating away at the time of Panda in front of him. Panda might be doing some fuel saving. Indicators still on, not flashing yet. Top Gun's indicators also on. Same with Avalak. Stoffel, no indicators yet. So Stoffel sitting very pretty on a brand new pair of softs. Almost a full battery and eating away at the mediums in front of him. Brian Lee Johnson close on Apmar here. Let's see if he can make it work this time around. No, Apmar loves that inside line. As Brian takes the inside and goes for it. Brian Lee just went super wide. Almost left the door open for Apmar to get back at him again. Apmar not giving up this position too easily, as Ultra Gamer also comes back into play. There's a big fight here for 7th. And J-Boy also really creeping up onto the back of Panda here. Brian Lee is out of battery. Apmar still has some battery left. Apmar and Ultra Gamer's indicators also on. Brian Lee doesn't have the indicator on as yet. It seems like a very tough race on fuel. Zapmar's going for it down the inside, making the pass. Ultra Gamer just waiting for that mistake to happen so that he can pounce. I can all see now Brian Lee's flashing light behind him, knowing that he's below 10% ERS. Stoffel also getting close to Avalak now. Stoffel not using the battery. He's pushing for it now. There's no reason to fight the faster tyre at this moment. But try and maybe make use of him and stick in the DRS that he can lead you up to Top Gun. So softs will drop soon. Stoffel has passed Avalak down the DRS straight. Avalak has to just stick in this DRS range and he'll be good. So Avalak goes quite a bit wide. Probably picked up a warning as well. Avalak's really pushing to try and stick in range, but Stoffel's just got so much more battery. I'm gonna jump back to our 7th place fight here. These guys are all just sticking with each other at the moment still. As Atmar loses it down the hairpin, loses part of his wing. This might bring out a virtual safety car. The car's parked in a very awkward place. Car's still moving though. There we go, it's got to turn around. A little bit dodgy for drivers. So he will need to put, and that's him out of the fight for that 7th place. And Ultra Gamer now super close to Brian Lee Johnson. Oh, and he loses an end plate in the braking. That's Ultra Gamer also probably needing to put. He's going to stick it out, but Sector 1 is all needing that downforce. So, and he's going for a move on it with a broken end plate. Yep, he's not going to have the downforce. Brian Lee Johnson getting it out of traction and having the downforce for it. Ooh, they're fighting real hard for it. Some wheel bashing. And J-Boy super close to Panda here, and this is for the race lead and possibly a win. "12 lap all hards versus the 14 lap old mediums. 2 laps to go. Sergeant Panda getting a little bit more battery than J-Boy behind him. J-Boy obviously getting that DRS. This is the time you think for the long game, and just sit behind him as far as possible and take him on that last lap with all the ERS you got, and just save for this next lap or two. And Sergeant Panda also has to start thinking of just saving and pushing as hard as he can for these next 2 laps. Not using all the battery, You have to defend for another 2 laps, my boy. I'm gonna stick to this, because this is the fight for a win. With 2 laps to go. When is J-Boy gonna pull the trigger here? J-Boy will be quite close coming out the final corner. Ooh, J-Boy lost a bit of traction. So not gonna happen this time around. It's gonna come down to the wire. Great view from seeing J-Boy behind Panda here. Aston Martin just looks so comfortable. Not a single twitch, a little bit twitchy from J-Boy. Slight corrections only, it's not the end of the world. As J-Boy's fuel indicator is flashing completely red. As so is Panda's, so is Top Gun's. Stoffel only yellow now. Avalak's also flashing red. This is going to come down to the wire. So I don't think they'll have enough fuel for the next lap if it's already flashing. Now use all of your ERS now, Sergeant Panda. When you got the traction, ERS as much as you can. Might be a little bit late on that button. You safe, you safe. I think J-Boy's going to keep it all for that last straight. I think it's all going to come down to the petrol, the gas these guys have in the tank left. As Stoffel gets past Top Gun. Top Gun already low fuel mode. I think so is Avalak. Stoffel flashing red. Avalak passing Top Gun. As J-Boy loses fuel as well now. Stoffel still got fuel, so this is leaving Panda open for the win. It's all about Stoffel now. As Panda's saving fuel, he's saving fuel. ERS, ERS, you've got ERS, use it all. And Red Bull's coming with a massive speed. No. And that's Stoffel into the lead with the fuel. And it's Stoffel's out of fuel, coming out the last corner. And we're gonna have Stoffel, no fuel, in first place. Sergeant Panda, no fuel, second place. J-Boy, no fuel, third place. Soulsmeister with fuel, fourth place. Avila coming around the last chicane, no fuel. And he's taking fifth. This is heartbreaking for Panda. And that's Top Gun. No fuel as well. Brian Lee Johnson still got a bit in the tank. And he goes over the line. In 7th. Dixie Killer. Also out of fuel. Can Esotronica maybe still past him? Yep, I would just leave that overtake button on. You've got enough battery, just use it. Come on, Esotronica. Esotronica passes him. Esotronica up in 8th. Dixie Killer in 9th. Ron Skutter in 14th. Biggs Boy in 11th. Cowboy out of fuel as well. In 12th. Ultra Gamer has left the session, and that's your race. And driver of the day, Stoffel. Stoffel taking the win just by having fuel and keeping it on track. It's a great race. Sergeant Panda coming in second, and J-Boy taking that third spot. Great race, and we'll see you next week. We'll be back with Premier Division, hopefully. Sorry for not streaming last night. We had some power issues. But hopefully back next week at Qatar, I believe. Have a great night. Ciao, ciao.